As the months, then years. Oh, and they're talking about a place called Wall Drug, which is this place in South Dakota. Has anybody in here been to Wall Drug? Okay. As the months, then years passed, their drugstore floundered, constantly teetering on the brink of failure. In spite of his faith, Ted began to wonder if they'd done the right thing. He finally decided to give the store 5 more years. 5 good years, he told his wife, and if it doesn't work by then, Dorothy was more optimistic. In a few years, Mount Rushmore will be finished, she said. There'll be a lot more traffic and business. She was half right. Every year the traffic that passed by Wall increased, but their business didn't. Day after day, the couple sat on the porch of their store and watched the cars drive by, few of them stopping in the dusty town. Then, one day, Dorothy had an epiphany. Being in the middle of nowhere meant that all those people passing by had been driving a long time across the hot, desolate prairie. They're thirsty, Dorothy said. They want water, ice-cold water. And we've got plenty of ice and plenty of water. The next day, Ted painted several signs offering free ice water. Then, following the model of the famous Burma Shave Highway signs, he planted his signs every mile or so leading to their store. By the time he got back to their drugstore, people had already begun stopping for free ice water, and Dorothy was running around like crazy trying to keep up with their other purchases. Today, the world-famous drugstore draws millions of visitors a year, up to 20,000 visitors a day. Their advertising signs, like the one I'd just seen, were smaller than conventional billboards. But what they lacked in size, they made up for in frequency, with appeals designed to reach everyone. From the moment I saw that first sign, there was always a sign in view. Get a milkshake, Wall Drug. Get a root beer, Wall Drug. Pretty near, Wall Drug. Free coffee and donuts for Vietnam vets, Wall Drug. Still a slave to an old advertising habit of mine, I took out my journal and began writing down the slogans. When I started my recording, I had already passed 4 signs, and I was still more than 40 miles from Wall. By evening, I'd put in around 19 miles through vast stretches of nothing but plains, fields, and Wall Drug signage. The last of the day's light was beginning to fade, and I was looking for a place to camp when a car pulled up about 50 feet behind me. The door opened and Pamela got out. She thanked the driver, then shut the door. Alan, she said. Unbelievable, I thought. She's the Energizer Bunny of stalkers. I postponed my plan to camp and continued to walk. Pamela followed. I walked perhaps another 5 miles until there was no sign of her, or anything else, except a lot of nothing and the Wall Drug signs. It was a warm night, and I rolled out my pad and sleeping bag under a freeway overpass. I wondered how Pamela was planning to spend the night. The next morning, I woke a little before sunrise. I looked around for Pamela, but didn't see her, though I was certain she was out there somewhere. I wondered how she was surviving. She had no provisions, no sleeping bag, no air mattress, just a simple lady's handbag and bad shoes. Had she really slept on the road? I ate 2 Pop-Tarts, a Cliff Bar, and an apple, then set off for a new day of Wall Drug signs. Wall Drug, historical photos. Wall Drug, 33 miles to go. All roads lead to Wall Drug. Western wear, Wall Drug. Road trip, Wall Drug. Sheriff on duty, Wall Drug. Western home decor, Wall Drug. Wall Drug or bust. 6-foot rabbit, Wall Drug. Buffalo burgers, Wall Drug. Free ice water, Wall Drug. Be yourself, Wall Drug. Badlands maps, Wall Drug. Frosted mug beer, Wall Drug. Dig it, Wall Drug.